Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Abominations Vaults. I guess it's not plural. It's not Abominations Vault. It's Abomination Vaults, plural. 3 adventures, 1 adventure path, levels 1 to 10 or beyond. And you guys are like on the 3rd level of this dungeon. So there's, 3-4 levels of book I might tell you about? So you guys looking at like maybe 10, 12 levels of dungeon? Maybe. You guys found an elevator recently. That was exciting. What did you guys, I gotta ask, I know it's like an episode or 2 ago, but what did you guys think of the D&D elevator that scared the crap out of you guys? That was such a fun episode for me where you guys were just sweating balls because there was a religious symbol for an up and down button.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I thought there would be like a giant worm or something, to be honest.
Well,
yeah,
there is.
Dungeon kicked our butt at every turn, so expecting it to kick our butt again was hesitation a little bit, right?
You guys are doing fine.
Religious symbols in a dungeon full of undead. Yeah.
Praga was getting impatient.
I love how sorry, go ahead.
He probably would have hit the button if any of the other guys took any longer.
Swap it with like an urban fantasy and you guys are just down a parking garage and there's Craig in a suit. You know, come on, guys. He's got his he's got his Ferrari they can't fit into.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Tonight, we have... This last room was something more of a classic dungeon. You walk into a room, it's a tight squeeze, and a whole bunch of ghouls hunched over in rags, feeding go, and beat on you, right? Now, I'm looking at one still on the board. So the question is, did we actually finish our combat? Or did we just finish the round? I think there's a little bit more oomph going on here. I believe we ended with Tassie, and it's round 3 in the previous combat. So switching over to the battle board, zooming in Technicolor, it is Kenro Lagar. Is it? How do you pronounce your last name, Troy? Is it Lagar?
Lagar.
Lajar? Oh, I like Lajar. I like Lajar. That's suave. Yeah. Kenro Lajar. Follower of Callistra. Cleric of the many whips. And maybe chains if you took some stuff from that last weird dungeon room.
We'll have to go back there and make a stop. We'll see if there's anything.
Make a stop. Can we rest here? He asks, you know.
The night is young.
Yeah.
Can we put a spawn point?
Yes. And now for your teaching. Is there like an archetype in 50 Shades of Kenro? I don't know. Anyway, Ken, battle's still going strong. You're back of the pack. You guys stepped east into a doorway with a 5-foot alcove that jutted north into a 10 by 20 room that curls around back to the west, and it's a tight fit. Like down the very bottom west corner is our last opponent, and then there's Tassie just north and back, Kraga, then Cognul and Dubsy, and you at the top back left. What do you want to do from all the way back here?
Just trying to see on the map here, just waiting for it to load up here. I clicked off the map.
Oh,
so
you can.
Sorry, my mistake.
No, that's fine. You can move through friendlies for free.
Yep. So how far away am I from the closest bad guy there?
Well,
So
you can move 5 through Dubsy, 10 through Tassie, 15 feet, and be directly north of him in an open square.
There we go. So I'm just logging into myself here, so I can't see it. My mistake.
That's fine. I'd share my screen with you, but then you get DM screen knowledge, and I can't have that.
That's true. Yeah, I'll move myself closer to the bad guy, to the guy, get myself within 10 feet of him, if that's possible.
Your only option, unfortunately, is right on top of him. Because because there's a solid block of friendlies.
Gotcha.
You got to move through 2 guys to get to the open square, and poof, you're right on top of them.
So and that would not be. I can't end my turn on top of him either, can I?
You could move in, strike, and move out.
Well,
no, sorry. I didn't mean like on top of the mini. I meant like in an open square where you're north of it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Then let's move myself there.
This is great for the podcast where people can't see. I make you guys shut your screens off more often. So you're in a room. And just
I've loaded it in, but it's not letting me load any of my characters or anything in the map. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to slowly build up there.
Okay.
Probably my system here. Yeah. So once I'm there, I'll throw an attack at him.
huzzah.
Yeah. If you want to target there for me, Jeff, I'm not sure what my bonus is, but I'll roll the 20 here, and then you can if you can see my character screen.
Yeah, you guys are targeted.
Can you see my roll there?
That is a 2.
That was a 2, yeah. So it probably doesn't hit.
Well, what's your plus? Let's have a look, shall we?
I think it's plus.
Let's all learn about Kenro. And we go down to the action tab. And oh my God, not safe for work. Hang on. Scroll away. Oh God, Kenro, how could you have that in your notes? Sorry. Scrolling. +1 whip with +7. So that would be a 9. Yes,
That's
you're correct. You're correct. If you guys would be so kind as to set your hero points to 1, whether you have 0, 2, or 3, they all reset to a single hero point this evening.
What else I can do for this position right now, other than throw it, because it's movement, 1 attack. I might as well throw my second attack at him with the negative there. So it's a +5 now on this attack.
+2. It goes +7, +2, -3. It's pretty harsh.
That's a 12 total, which probably does not hit.
Whips are agile weapons, so it's actually 1 higher. You only need.
Why is the math? The actual math as character is. Lily says 7, 2, 3, -3. I was thinking that myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Is it an agile weapon? Maybe they took that off.
I think so. Yeah.
Or I'm not in the right.
No, it is not. Oh, it's a finesse weapon, which should be the same thing as an agile weapon.
Yeah. It just might be bad old terminology or new terminology not jiving. Yay, fantasy rounds. Woo, woo, woo.
Ah, interesting. Huh.
No, I think finesse is using your dex instead of your strength.
Oh, to strike. That's true. An agile weapon is, Matt and I are trying to bridge the gap between old and new rules, and now we're screwing up. Thank you, Drew. That's correct. So yeah, no, we're wrong. It is -5, -10, not 4 and 8. But he should be able to use his strength bonus as dexterity bonus of +1 because of 12 instead of strength, which is 10. So yeah, it's all good.
Yep. I think I missed with all my attacks. Those rolls were horrible. So
yes,
that's my turn.
It's so nice of us to take the long way around, eh?
Yeah.
We have a column in our Discord where we're supposed to be talking about our character builds and screenshots. And some of our diehard patrons have asked for them, and we never fill them in. So by all means, you guys get some time in your hands, and you're actually in the Discord. I know not every one of my cast members are in the Discord, but feel free to spend some time in there and show off your dudes, your builds, your ideas. Which brings us to 2 attacks and a move. So you're done right where you stand there, Ken. You're good. Dubsy, you are up.
I am paralyzed. Is it a fortitude check?
Why, yes. And the DC gets a little easier.
Yeah, I think it's DC 13 this time.
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't kick in at the beginning of your turn. You're paralyzed for this turn, and at the end, you're trying to break it. Just like a flat check.
Okay.
Ooh, that looks good.
25.
So you spend 3 actions flexing, and then you can move. Yay. Good.
I'm okay, guys. I got it.
All right. Cognual believes, our dwarf believes he hears something and actually backs off to guard the door. So Corey gets his butt in here. Ghoul number 5. Kind of like Mambo number 5, only with more teeth. Ghoul number 5 is more concerned with the 2 guys that are actually hitting him. No offense, Ken. Was it Tassie or was it Kraga that was doing the big nasty on this guy? I'm going to say odd or even. Spiegler, odd or even, sir? Kraga.
Yeah, odd. But I'm in the game and I don't see you guys.
3, that is you. I will attack you. So, odd. That means this thing is going to unleash its jawed fury on Kraga. And Monsieur Kraga, we'll just get you, might be my new best friend target. coming at you with its jaw unhinged, with a 19, attacking Kraga. 19 hits you? Really? Are you low on AC because you're raging, or am I just...
Yeah, I have lower AC from rage.
Oh, okay. Which means
What?
I would like a fortitude save as my piercing plus ghoul fever plus paralysis. I would like 2 saves. First for fever, then for paralysis. Should make you do 1 in tower. Congratulations. The patient does not have ghoul fever. But with an 11, a natural 1, you will find yourself paralyzed at the moment. And you still took 5 points of piercing damage. But that's not all. Reaching out with its claw, it wants to take a swipe at Tassie, seeing that you are now just a walking meat stack, and misses. Enraged. Whoops. I mean, penalties. Enraged. Critical miss. Face. I'm paralyzed with disbelief as I lose 2 action. Well, I guess I lose an action from the last one because I hit the wrong button, and then I use my last action not to miss again, but to, soak up that crit miss, and his turn is done. I'm going to retroactively fix everything I just screwed up. Kraga, Silvertusk, you are paralyzed, but you do get to spend your turn hating this game and then making a new saving throw
In the tower?
at your next turn. That seemed like an awful short time to be paralyzed, though, didn't it? We ruled on this, and you think I can remember?
It's his turn next in the turn order, so it affects him this round.
Yeah,
and he gets a chance to save.
He could clear it up right away. Well, I guess because that's why they make it go at the end. It still affected you for this round. You still were paralyzed, lost 3 actions, and at the end of your turn, just like doing flat checks, can I have a new fortitude save, please? That's legit. 14 is a fail. Let me just double check, because I don't think the DC is incredibly high. Let me just double check that. Ghoul Fever, the DC is 15. And every time you resave, it's 14, which you just hit, because technically that's the second save. So you're actually good. Aren't you glad I checked?
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes. But now your turn ends. But you can move again. Congratulations. Tassie of the Writhing Blade. You don't seem to find a chalice. All this combat is really kind of slowing down your search, but what do you want to do, Tassie?
I want to kick the crap out of this thing.
Okay. For our podcasting audience and those that don't have the board up properly, you are kitty corner. You are just northeast of this thing. Surrounded in front of you is Kenro. Down below and beside you is Kraga. And this thing is literally cornered.
Yep.
But technically not flanked.
That's how we like them. I know it's weird, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, according to Joe, the rule of Joe, you could take the bottom Kenro corner, draw it straight through to the Kraga corner, and say that he is. Maybe I am. Ooh. Anyway, back to kicking into kicking.
Yes, so I rolled a 15 plus 9, 24 for a hit.
Yeah.
And now I will roll my damage on his face for 11 points.
Okay.
Over us through him from center of his forehead all the way down to the base of his no region, sundering him in twain.
I love how you threw the Dubsy voice in there a little bit. Just a little bit of Kermit for the. This is how I will cut you later when I eat you, friend. Yeah. All right.
Unbeknownst to you guys, Snack is the word in my native tongue for best friend ever.
Best friend until the next meal. I'm hungry. You mean?
I'm actually vegetarian.
We can't find the chalice.
Massive misconception.
Oh no! It's
Dubsy
all these.
will never know.
What's your race called? What's your race called again?
It's a mouthful. It is a Nagaji.
Okay, so there's the Nagaji elders, and they're like, we keep sending out our warriors, but their cannibalistic tendencies get them killed. We'll never find this chalice. You, vegetarian, you're up. And we're getting letters every week going, ooh, he got much further than the other ones. Wait, there's something outside the jungle? Really? You got that far?
Yeah.
All right. What's an ocean? I don't know. The letters are getting further and further apart, so obviously our champion's getting further and further away. Liking these odds. All right. Tassie, swing and the kill, and oh, wow. All goes away. Flourishing move for finish. 3 rounds. 3 rounds. We wiped them out. Obviously, we have too many players. I mean, you're doing very well. Guys, as the quiet simmers down, and I shuffle you guys away from the peg that tells me what's in the room, what do you want to do next?
Did anybody get hurt?
Anyone wounded? I'm seeing lots.
Dubsy took the most hits, I think.
Who did?
Dubsy.
Dubsy. So I will gingerly place my hand upon Dubsy's amphibian shoulder and whisper sweet nothings into his ear. And I will lay on some hands.
Just feed him spices so the meat tastes better that one fine day. Sorry, man. I had actually targeted him. Now you just untargeted him. There we go. Yay! 12 points to Dubsy.
Have 12 hit points.
Yeah, a
And
couple
then
of you guys
I'll-
have like 2.
Then the next 10 minutes refocusing.
Okay. Cop a squat. That's good because it usually takes at least 18 to 20 minutes for anyone to properly search a room. Can we have anyone that wishes not to search the room? Let me know. Those that wish to search the room, can I have your perceptions in the tower now? Anyone else want to sit and focus as opposed to try your chances in my tower of perception? You want short focus points? Corey, your spells are legit. Like, I think you may have a focus point for a certain one-off spell because of your clerical archetype, but what about you, Kenro? You got focus, right?
Yeah, I haven't used my focus points ever though.
No?
It's kind of a very specific spot to use it. Yeah, the focus spells
Oh.
weren't very enticing for the most part.
Yeah, Champion builds a lot of stuff off their focus.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
I'm not going to
actually
ask you what it is. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I should have one focus, but I don't see it here. I know I
Well, you
used to
should.
have one.
Okay, put it back in. This is your chance to take your 10-minute meditation. Pull out your wee book of Torag and flip through the pages that aren't stuck together already. And, yeah, get your focus back on. Yep, that's right. We are a podcast, but some of my jokes are visual. Too bad. Too bad. All right. This place has been sat in, squat in, and even though it was some kind of bunk bed chamber in the original structure, these guys have just savagely like sat in it, squatted in it, did not keep it up. I mean, it smells much worse than the artistic guy's room, even though he was doing something crazy with skin samples. At least it smelled like terrible. This, you guys search, and fresh, new, putrid smells of rot, layers of cloth and straw, feces and dead flesh. It's starting to get a bit much. But unfortunately, after you all Tassie, have you got hand sanitizer?
Oh, if I need to clean up, I just shed my skin.
It's got to stink when you have to do that every day.
Wouldn't that be funny if you did that every time you focused?
Oh my!
They're peeling. No, I don't carry hand sanitizer with me, sir.
Okay. I'm
We just
asking you because you're the new guy.
We just pee on everything.
Yeah. Anyway, no, nothing of interest. You guys want to continue your exploration, come back out the hall, and continue on? North, south, east, west?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
I'll move up to this door. Wait for my bestest friend in the whole wide world to come ply his craft.
He had. Dubsy said it was clean, but then...
That's right. You already checked
Cognu and
it.
Kraga ran off to bust open doors and take names and stuff, so...
Well, then if that's the case,
Pushes me out of the way.
how do I turn? Is it control?
I'm kind of assuming that most marching order, when you guys explore, is Dubsy's point, and 5 or 10 feet back, you have this huddle, like this writhing mass of Tassi, Cognu, Kraga, Tassi, Tazu, as the 3 great big meat shields all like vie for position. Thank God it's a 15-foot hallway you're about to fall out in, and these guys can spread out behind you. But otherwise, every time Dubsy looks over his shoulder, one of those 3 guys have taken the lead. With Ken bringing up the rear is usually the way you guys roll around. Tell me I'm wrong.
I open the door.
Okay. Inside, several buckets of sand and a number of large barrels crowd this cramped storeroom, 5 foot wide, 10 feet deep. A simple wooden cask, which is closed with a lid attached to the back, of the door.
Case with a closed lid attached to the back of the door. Oh, so like you open the door and there's a little case.
Yeah, interesting.
Can I swing the door fully open so that it's not like
Yeah, pretty
blocking the hallway? So I'll swing it fully open, point at the box, and begin searching the room.
Okay.
With my mad perceptiveness.
In the tower? Cognul, Dubsy, flanking this door. There is a cask attached to the door. Our fine dwarven senses, the smell of the iron ring and aged wood, I did say cask, Mr. Dwarf, immediately gets your attention because it's within 30 feet of you.
Well, let's check it out and have a look.
Okay. Are you getting Mr. Trap Guy to do it for you? As the dwarf is excitedly standing over it, wringing his hands, eyeballing you, Dubsy? Or are you just going to take matters into your own hands?
No, I think we're going to get the trap guy to do our thing.
Okay.
Alright.
You don't seem to find a trap.
I don't know, Cognol. Maybe I should open this.
Nah, it's all good. I got it. So we'll move in. We'll open the cask.
So like he said, the door opens out, and the cask is kind of like revealed as he pulls in. So Tassi stepped past cask and door to go inside the room, and he's now searching it. Well, you guys are like, "Ooh, the door's open," and there's this big cask stuck to the side of it. You guys have searched. Poke your hand or fist into said cask. Yes.
Absolutely.
In it is an interesting looking wand.
Ooh, look what I got.
Starts waving around all like a mage, all fancy. Ooh.
Yeah, just wave it around. Have a look. Woohoo, look what I got, guys. Anybody use this?
Just points, everybody goes.
Well, we don't want to hurt people. We don't want to poke anybody's eyes out.
I'm just sorry. You're just pointing it around the room, asking people. Everyone's ducking and pressing up against the wall.
Chickens.
Kenroll, a possible magic item has been found. Da-da-da. This is just thing. It's a power, Now, unlike a cask, the spellcaster, magic you say, comes sniffing over.
Well, before that, I'd probably actually walk over to Dubsy and just quietly whisper to him and say, Dubsy, my friend, I know that our new companion is quite strong and good at fighting, but he keeps calling you Snack. Are you okay with this? Because if you're not, I would say something. I could say something here.
You know, I don't know. It could be friendly banter. But, you know, him and me, I think we're okay.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I know
Keep
we're
your eye on him.
a good party, but if you'd like me to, I can keep an eye on him for you. Just to make sure you're okay.
I appreciate that.
All
Maybe
right.
just make sure he doesn't have any like big pieces of bread with large cheese or anything, you know?
Probably a good idea to keep an eye out for that. If he starts buying lots of deli supplies before our next dungeon crawl, we'll know to keep an eye on him.
Kendra,
I know I'm good on the sandwich.
Kendra, I'm going to give you a hero point because the dogma of Callistra is, whip them with consent, scratch me if that's what I want, but bullying? No bullying,
Right, it's and revenge as well, and watching out for your friends, and you gotta.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, no, I think I got your hero point. Taking a moment to
I will take it.
and the timing. I'm literally holding up a magic wand, and he's like, "Hang on, time for some role play." So kudos for you, Troy. You get yourself a hero point for that.
And then I'll take the magic wand and give it a little bit of a identify, or at least I don't have identify. I don't think that's a spell, and you know what I will.
You can cast detect magic and at least figure out if it actually is magical, what it radiates. The standard, right? Presence of magic, yes. What kind of magic? Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to guess, you'd have to say it is of an arcane persuasion, has possible elemental and protective abilities.
So, my friends, it is a magical weapon, and there are some elemental effects to it, but I think if we take it to town, we could probably get a better idea of who it would be useful for.
Oh, I'm sorry. It actually has primal energies in it.
Ooh.
Some,
Well, I'll stick with
somewhat
what
druidic.
They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I am trained in occultism.
Nature is what you'd want, but by all means, pass it around. Oh, speaking of Tassie, the room itself.
Yeah,
Just
I got my
double-checking.
hands full.
There's a lot of things in here that you would extinguish a fire, like sand and, you know what I mean? There's a library out there. This must be the fire safety room. There's sand and blankets and shit, right? Barrels that maybe once held water now just have mildew.
Okay, so nothing of import that I
And
find.
instead of an axe with "please break the glass," in a convenient spot on the back of the door is a cask with a magical wand in it in a fire room.
Oh.
So, give me that occultism roll now.
Occultism.
Now, repeat after me what he said.
Okay. What he said.
There you go. Now I'm not spoon feeding you because I should have had you do the perception. Oh, by the way,
Interesting. This appears to be a fire prevention room. Perhaps the wand is intended for that purpose.
Well, we've both taken a look and decided that we're not sure what it's for. So maybe save it for town just in case.
Yes, it should fetch a nice price.
Well, I'm glad we're in agreement then. Should we look for some more rooms to check out here, my friends?
Now, on the note of identifying a wand, there's a little sub-note here that if the spell is common or from your own spell list, or is a spell that you know, you can actually use a single recall knowledge action to automatically succeed on identifying a wand. If not, you must identify magic, and it gives page numbers that are now relevant because we use, that type of thing. It might be something to dig into. Like, we'll move on, but Drew or Matt, you got some time on Nethys here. something we might talk about before the end of the episode if you want to look up identifying magic items or spells. Because I think they've altered it a little bit, not too much. And you guys move on, pouring yourselves out into the hallway here. You have stepping over bodies. You guys have gone south. There are still a couple of doors to the south that you've not opened. Particularly the way you came in is right where Kenro is standing, going west, but there is a door to the north of that door, a door to the south of that door that we walk past, plus a whole bunch of northern and around the corner hallway that we kind of peeked at, but backtracked in a bunch of exploration, which has taken us in sort of a small loop. So what do we want to do now?
Dubsy, my friend, as the resident lockpick here, which door do you think would be the most fun to choose?
Listen to that for a minute and then go to the south door. Listen to that for a little bit.
Okay. Couple perceptions in the tower. At the north door, you don't seem to hear anything. At the south door, you sound some quiet shuffling about.
Well, back where I'm from, if you hear a little bit of scuffling, there could be treasure. Somebody's there, hiding something. I think we go south. But be prepared.
Heard him, my friend. South it is.
All right. You guys want to stack up all SWAT team style on that wall when Dubsy does this thing?
Yep, I'll check for traps real quick.
Okay. You don't find a trap, but the door is actually locked. Most doors in here are not.
Oh my god, guys, this is locked. We've hit pay dirt.
You guys happy hanging back? Okay, so Tassie just to the south of you.
I think weapons drawn is a...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like...
shift in.
Yeah, if you guys have any kind of downtime or movement, I'm assuming the weapon is out. As soon as you guys, like Dubsy, interacts, if something goes to rounds, he's still standing there with lockpicks. You would still be standing there with a holy symbol. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I've pictured it in my head, where if you guys have the time, you switch back to weapons. If you don't, it's like, oh, remember back at combat start where you were standing there, you know, poking at the wall or whatever? Like, that would be the only thing that would take the weapon out of your hand. Otherwise, I'm assuming you guys are always redrawing them. You know, being at the ready, that's fine. All right. Since we're anticipating trouble, okay, not that you have to cause trouble, but what if you guys give me your main page perception initiative now, because Dubsy is sort of set off an alarm. And I don't mean like a trap. I mean, he seems confident that locked door, treasure inside, shuffling, shit might go down. So you guys might as well load him up right now.
A whopping
Mr. GM, can you
total.
roll mine for me, please?
Okay.
I got kicked out. I'm working on getting back in.
Sure. With
Just roll me a natural 20.
Yeah. +7. I rolled you a 5. You got 12. What did the rest of you get?
Thank you.
Tassie? You beat Tassie.
Oh, I guess that's the something.
Matt Tassie got 8.
Craiga got 21 finally.
There you go. Right behind Dubsy. He's going to pick him up and carry you in. 21! Let's go!
How'd you know?
Anything over... Not 20 or anything over 20, you know. It's Craiga and Spiegler get so excited. It's all good. What am I looking at here?
13 for lockpick.
Okay. That is a fail. And go again?
Yeah.
I believe picking a lock is 2 actions.
We're going 26 that time.
There you go. And you actually get to hold that as your initiative. Because it's your action before, ta-da! So, with Dubsy at the top, you've just picked the lock. Took you a couple attempts. It's a good lock. What do you want to do? Up the door? Just move back? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I'll move back to the southeast between Tassie and Grego.
Yep. They certainly huddled around you. To your north is Cognual, right behind you is Kraga, 21, and to the south you is Tassie. And then just north of Cognual at the old door, we got Kenro. So you slide down and over, which brings us to Ken. Wait, delay, get ready, cast a spell.
I'll just be ready and wait.
Okay. So you can hold your action, and like if the turn goes by with bullshit, you can just hold this good initiative if you want to. If you want to jump in, delay, that's also an option. Yep. Or do you want to set an action? Like if something comes out, I will whip it because you are technically in range.
I'll just hold the initiative for now. I'll wait and see what's going on.
Yeah. Would you say you're gonna whip it good?
Bum 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 bum.
Don't set me off.
When you're standing by the door, you can whip it.
Don't hit your friend that's on the floor. You can whip it. The dungeon always gives us more. You can whip it. Oh, great. Now you set me off, damn you. All right. Kraga. Now wearing a basketball jersey with the number 21 on it. Don't ask me how he got it.
Well, I don't... he's just unlocking the door, right?
He's unlocked the door and stepped away, so the door is closed.
But we're in turn mode right now.
You're actually in round mode, yeah.
I will just hold.
Okay. Hey, Drew. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I'm like, how do I unlock this door? I'm like going through my shift alt deletes and I'm clicking on this door going, damn it, Craig is going to charge this door and it's still locked. I got it. It's unlocked now. All right. Sorry, Craig, are you going to hold, you said?
Yep.
You want to delay as well? Sure. Cognual. Hey, man, there you go. No one's getting in your way. You want to just go open the door and get in there?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So,
of course.
Someone had recently brought up in a podcast I listened to, moving with and going through a door. The door, hitting the door costs you an action, but it may not interrupt the actual movement. So it's not move to the door, open the door, move through the door. You might be able to get away with, I'm going to pass through this door, but it costs me 2 actions, one for my feet, one for my hand. And I thought that was pretty cool, but I don't know if it's official. And I think we've talked about this before, but for right now, we're going to say an action to open, which actually technically if you just want, you can reach over. It's adjacent. Open door, step into room. Yes?
Yes.
You step in off the wall to your right 5 feet, to your left 5 feet, 15 foot back. You're in a 15-foot cube. There is a door in the bottom left corner wall. 3 work tables line the walls of this room. A single stool near one of the tables. A skeleton wearing a blue librarian's robe lies in a heap beside the stool. Everything looks old, covered in dust, like no one's really opened this door in a long, long time. What do you do?
Let's have a step inside and have a look around.
Okay. One to move, one to perceive. Just step to the center. Let these guys file in behind you kind of thing.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay. You guys watch Cognual go in and start looking around. Nothing seems to jump them right away. Tassie, your initiative comes up at the bottom of the round.
Yep. I will...
Slide in.
Yep. I will follow him in. Is that like a bench to the south?
Yeah, these work tables.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I will jump up on top of this crate right here.
Okay. Pass by Cogno.
I will give you an athletics, I guess. Climb up.
Yep. Sorry, Cogno. You see the stool in the center of the room?
I do.
That's where the bones are. And I had you kind of step, like, it's not really taking up the whole square, so I kind of have you beside the body, looking around, you know. Tassie slips by you and jumps up on a back work table. These work tables are practically 10 feet long, so they're taking up a lot of squares. There's not a terrible bunch of room in this room to move around, but the skeletal body, once possibly Librarian, doesn't seem to be moving to our interruptive presence at the moment. Tassie, you get athletics expert with a...
I didn't see. I threw it in the tower for you.
Oh, athletics you can do out in the open because it's
okay.
It's
I
obvious.
know I'm trying.
Yeah. No, well, I'm trying to put as many legal ones out in the open for like, I did it, I didn't do it, you know, and you get to reveal a DC. It's really perception and some of the knowledge skills are really the ones that you got to hide. You don't know what you know.
Did
what
I
you see,
did
you
I
know?
make it on the crate?
Yeah, you get 24.
Sick.
Stick the landing.
And then I'll just have a good look around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take perception from you and Cognul in the tower and come back from this. Okay, getting to the very end of the round, there is that tense moment of 6 seconds, and within it, those guys breach the room. Do you guys just want to hold your initiative and get into the next 6 seconds, or do you want to crowd in, shifting your initiatives to the bottom? You guys are just happy to go around again?
I will pull out my sword and just kind of wait outside. I'll just kind of take a step.
So going back around to round 2 with Dubsy at the top. Dubsy, you step over, get closer, get sword ready, and you're just waiting.
Yep.
Brings us around to Ken.
I might as well step into the room.
You've already moved on me once. Where are you going here?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, I was here.
All right.
Near this door. I'll move. I'll move into the room here.
Yeah. Okay.
And
did you want to take up a corner, or are you happy just standing in the doorway?
I'll move into the corner. Actually, I'll still keep the continuous movement into this corner right there. Yep, perfect.
Yep.
That one.
5, 10, 15, 20. You're good.
And then I'll cast Detect Magic in the room and see if.
Cool. Yeah.
Just see what happens.
There you go.
Dubsy heard shuffling.
Yeah. No, that's very cool.
He said that usually means someone's hiding something. So let's see if he's right.
At the very end of your round, you feel the presence of magic. Several, actually. Some little pings going off, but we'll get back to that. And then a sound seems to come from far away. The room seems to drop a few degrees. Tassie, our reptilian friend, seems more sensitive to that. And a sliding gets loud enough that it sounds like somebody is in the wall or through the doorway or on its way to the room. And then a ghostly apparition of a woman appears just inside the doorway next to Tassie. Pale, bluish gray skin, transparent visage of a person. Cognul, you immediately recognize the dress that is a duplicate of the one the skeleton wears before you. Being that right under your nose. This thing arrives and regards you skeptically. And that's it. Kraga, you hear an eerie sound. What do you want to do?
I'll sudden charge.
Okay. Running into the room. Ah! Ah, shit. Can I have athletics? You're going to have to hop up on a table.
No
I don't mind you
problem.
zigzagging and doing awesome stuff. That'd be kind of cool. He comes in, right? Plants a boot on the dwarf's back shoulder, and being a dwarf, he doesn't actually topple him over. Springs up onto the table, up on the wall, does the Prince of Persia run, comes down, hammer flailing on the poor ghostly librarian who seems shocked. I didn't do anything on my initiative.
Could we say, because I used athletics, I actually flip the table so that it's the top of it is against the wall?
Yeah. Instead of actually jumping on the athletics, if you just want to come in and table's in my way, tunk, flip it up. Sure.
That was a
go with
16.
Yeah, no problem. You just come in and flip the table to make yourself room.
And
however,
attack.
athletic, I do need, because you've used athletics in combat to the table kind of thing, you'll actually be sliding to your second attack modifier.
Yep.
Okay. And come running in, scan the room. Friendly. He's got the, what is it? The RoboCop vision. Ding, pasta. Not friendly. Just runs at the apparition in the corner of the room. Praga, swinging madly at the Librarian of Doom. Okay, sir. Let's have your attack. What weapon do you got out?
Warhammer.
Okay, I'm assuming you're not raging because you hadn't a chance to get back into it, so make sure that is unclicked.
Yep.
You're in normal charging mode.
No, I missed.
16. Your hammer seems to pass right through the side of the apparition as this thing, as a actual person, seems to recoil in surprise. You come and flip the table. It looks pissed off, and then you swing at it, and it goes right through it. Which 1, 2, 3?
And then I go rage.
You've moved. Flipping the tables in action and swing, so you do not have any actions left. Sorry. Because you laid hands on the table. It's part of your movement, but it's also an action because you have to interact with an object. Sorry. So no rage yet. Cognual, you're up.
Just getting here.
You are a cleric. Can I have religion? Do you care to identify this thing? Know what we're fighting? Obviously, Kraga senses something bad and decides not to wait. Recalling knowledge. Okay. Undead. Some kind of ghost. Some deadly apparition. Some kind of incorporeal spirit. These things are hard to touch. Hard to fight. Because unless you have a ghost touch weapon or use force, like magical items and stuff only do half damage if you hit at all. They have all kinds of resistances against everything. They fly around and they just touch you and deal 3d8 negative damage. This is a nasty thing to piss off. The strange thing was, with your perception roll, Tassie, Cognual, that I was holding, this thing sort of announced its presence. But it wasn't a mournful wail. It was just something like surprise. Comes running into the room and looks at you guys like you guys are invading my inner sanctum. It did not attack. It had two of you cold to rights. Could have reached out to you, Cognual, put its hand on your heart, and killed you. Well, maybe not with 3d8, but you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's friendly.
You're not saying it's not.
Yeah, but the chances of it being friendly after the hammer swipe through it.
But it didn't hit it. Luckily, Kraga missed.
True.
You may have a second to possibly repair the situation or lean in and, you know what? Even if it was a nice ghost, we're going to kill it because obviously we're about to piss it off and we need to get the jump on this thing. The problem is, even if you guys have initiative on this thing, it's not an easy fight. So the question is, with your new monkish and clerical Torag leanings, conversations with brother so-and-so, is it talk Craiga down? Just leave? Or give everything, and I mean everything you got up front against this party-killing foe? Or some new option?
I'm going to reach out to Craiga and with my right hand and just motion, just kind of motion to just sit tight.
Yeah, try and get him to hold.
Just a motion to just sit back. I'm going to make a slight half-step advancement to our friendly ghost.
You guys have got her cornered. Like, there's no, as far as the miniatures are concerned, she stepped through a doorway into a corner and is already surrounded.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to sort of make a half step, so I'm maybe a little bit closer than everybody else.
Not looming over the body?
No, I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm going to not drop my weapon, but lower my weapon.
Okay. One to recall. Ambush, warning, doing something to allies is an action, but at least it sticks. Like Craiga, good thing you're not raged yet. Cognul, tries to hold you off. It's the same thing going, look out! There's something on the roof and you get to react to it. Like warning of ambush is the same thing as like he's doing it reverse, but second action. So a single action left, you square your sights on her. For flavor, take a step. As far as mechanics go, there's nowhere to move, so you still have an action left, Cognul. What do you want to do with it?
I want to speak to it.
Okay.
And I want to say, have we disturbed your peace?
Okay. It appears to be human. So common?
Common, yes.
Okay.
Good day, my friend. Have we disturbed your peace?
Okay. Tassie. Jump up on the table. You get a good bird's eye view. Everything's dusty. They're workstations. There's a lot to absorb. And then you sense the cold and spin around. And this thing comes in. And it's acting like a person. Pissed off. Like, shh, get out, be quiet. But not doing the, right in, like your ass is right at my head. I could have literally grabbed your spine, Again, your actions. Recall knowledge. What's coming at me?
Yep.
Right? Cognul did not suddenly tell everyone what just ran through his brain.
A knowledge religion?
Yep. Everything undead is uncovered, and a religion might be able to call with the higher DC in the tower.
I'll give them both to you.
Yep. Okay. Same thing. Good enough rolls. Everything I just told Cognul floods through your brain. Some kind of incorporeal spirit, ghost or lesser. We've invaded their sanctum. 3 big things. This is a hard fight. If you're going to engage, they're usually tied to something, a body, an item, a place. All 3 could be right in front of you. We're in its place. There is a body here. And unbeknownst to you, Kenro just pinged a bunch of magical items. There's that balance. And then mixed symbols from the party. One comes in swinging, flips up her table, and luckily whiffs. And the Cognul, right, tries to hold Craiga back and then tries to engage this thing. Not an apology, just, oh, I'm sorry. We didn't realize this was your car that we were breaking into. Like, is this your Ferrari? We're sorry. What do you do? One action, all this floods through your head. You get 2 left.
Yep. I'll do an interact to swap from my aspect adder to the +1 low-grade silver hatchet.
Okay.
And with my last action, I will
Gotta
raise
love
my
that new
shield.
rules, eh? No, this dropping a weapon, pulling a weapon stuff. It's like one goes
I do
away,
love it.
one
Yep.
comes out.
It makes sense, though.
That was a long time coming, yeah.
Yeah. So and I'll just raise my shield. and wait to see what the answer is.
But you're loaded and ready with best option to dig in. Okay. Round 3. Dubsy, you hear a crash. Craig is, destroying furniture that's attacking him. You can see diagonally through the doorway, Kenro is casting a spell, using his magic to sense things. Everyone else is kind of out of sight. Something's going down. What do you want to do, Dubs?
I'll take a step.
No. And by the way, I know if you want to put a social in the door, like a recall social, right? I won't make you spend the action. Closing the door and locking it is a dick move. You've come that way. You've come that far socially. You don't no need to.
New party time.
Well, do you remember when we met Dubsy? He had pulled every single thing off the message board in the middle of town. He's not exactly the most socially adept dude, right? So just a little growth. He's come a long way. No need to burn actions and recall. Once in a while. Just want to touch on that.
I'm learning is what I'm hearing, and that's great.
There you go. Good to know.
This would be a dick move. Well, doing it anyway.
Testing the door.
I will look inside the door, and I'd like to do a recall knowledge check on, whatever specter I'm seeing.
Sure. Religion in the tower?
Yep. Good thing I know my religion.
Do you now? Everything that I just... Well, I never ever thought I'd say in a game what I said as opposed to what he said. Yeah. Everything I just said. The guy with the thing and the yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I will put away my weapon as my last action then.
Okay. Righto. Enro. You sense the presence of magic in the room. And I can't remember, it's more actions or more rounds to get more information?
I don't
There's
even
toys
think
in here.
I don't even think it does that anymore. I think I have to get higher levels now to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you invest feats into it, and it heightens as you.
Yeah.
Put it this way.
Get better.
Dubsy said play the odds, there's treasure, and you smell magical items. So hey, there you go. Best
Okay,
friend.
and then I see Cognul talking to the spirit here and trying to calm it down. So can I just again hold initiative?
Kraga
How about this?
is a
I'll hold my turn, or I'll hold an attack for if it attacks any one of my
All right.
colleagues.
I will tell you this. You know, Kraga is one of the oldest members with you. Okay, Kraga is being aggressive. Cognul is being cautious, but trying to stop things. Tassi has just made himself ready. So you got pro, con, and waiting to see what happens. If you do not act right now to tip the scale one way or the other, it will probably just play out.
Okay.
Aggression, blah blah, and what happens when at least when you aggress. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you to stop anyone or start anything, but you do know that if you hold, because you know the way these guys operate, that while someone's talking to the opponent, one's bashing it and one's ready to jump in. What do you think? It kind of tips the scale unless you want to do something one way or the other.
Okay. Well, I was gonna just. So who did talk to Kraga then? Did Cognos tell him to Cognow for a second?
Yeah, but Kraga, like I said, it all happened simultaneously. Like Kraga came over, gave a swing. Cognol's like, wait, but he's trying to hold Kraga back with, sign like, hey, stop.
Yeah, I would probably side with Cognol then, and I would say, Kraga, just calm down, my friend. This, we might not need to fight this.
Okay.
And then that's one action, I would say.
Yep, same thing. I'll go with the one action warning. Right? Wait, it's not an ambush.
Okay. and then after that, there's not much else I really have that I could do. I guess I could cast shield on myself just to prepare.
You could. Did you want to, like, because diplomacy and stuff takes rounds, you might at least spend actions to voice towards the spirit, like I'm a cleric of this, or like something, even a quick shout to try to turn its opinion of us.
Okay. Yeah, then
Craig hasn't raged yet. He's literally going ready to rage, right?
I would turn to Kraga and I would try to calm him down, and I would use some just like Kraga.
Okay.
Let's be calm, my friend. We might not have to fight for once. And then I turn to the creature and say, "Listen, my friend Cognul. He's a very good speaker. He's calm. Listen to him, please." And then that's it.
Okay. So becoming irate, and I'm not saying, like, you remember the librarian Ghostbusters? She's all like, shh, and then she turns into this terrible specter and comes at them. I'm not saying it does that, okay? But this thing reacts to Kraga's swipe, looking at all of you guys. You're all talking to each other, okay? And reflexively reaches out, right? And she's holding like a ghostly book, and she seems to try to swat at him with it, like, stay back kind of thing, defensively. It is aggressive, and I'm not saying, we're full on. Technically, I will attack you back with a ghostly hand through my book. Takes a swipe at Kraga, and reflexively, he type of thing, exposes himself, and she just tries to swat at his chest, but passes her arm and her book right through the middle of his chest and gets a crit. And you feel horrible, negative, cold, well, I shouldn't say cold because that's elemental, negative energy grip your system and your chest, and she does 68 instead of 3d8.
Ouch.
28 points of damage. Yeah, if you want to get a rage now. But that's it. Now again, Cognul, Kenro, Tassie, you know that this thing is capable of doing far more things, like full on, but at the moment seems to react irately and aggressively to being swiped at, swipes back. It's like shove, and she goes, shove, 2 hands. If you see, like, as far as the whole combat posture goes, it's the best way I can do it. Kraga, were you going to rage? Sorry, I didn't let you rage last round. What do you want to do now?
As my rage was about to ignite, she hits me with that attack, and it just scares me to my core. Like, magic is not something I like to.
I was going to say, I thought maybe all the Cognul and Kenro suddenly became like, because all you hear is,
oh yeah, yeah,
nothing's getting through.
And the fact that no one else attacked after me, and then it weakened me so hard, I just weapon at my side and take a few steps back out of the room.
Okay. So you're so shocked at how she literally effortlessly passes her hand and book through you, and it rips you to your core so bad it actually has you on your heels, and almost like your brain is absorbing their warnings.
Yeah.
And you leave the
I have like a hand on the wall, and I'm just kind of panting, looking down, like just saw my life flash before my eyes.
Okay. If you hadn't recently adopted a British accent, I would have been very surprised that Kraga, like, back off I could see, but leave the room, it's like, really? That's a double step. But like I said, you've been trying to be more tactical and grow, and yeah,
if it was just like someone slashed me with a sword and gave me a new scar, like, I would attack right back.
That was more than half of your health in one hit, was it not?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, like if it was like a melee attack with a solid weapon, I would have attacked back. But feeling that cold magic pulse through me, it just shook me to my core.
Yeah, I'm not going to say she gets all spectral faced, but like the hair lifts like the spectral wind, and she just backhands with book in hand, goes right through Kraga, and he just beats a retreat. Cognual, your turn. Damn.
Oh.
That's gonna stick with me for a long time. I'm probably gonna have nightmares.
Well, let's see if we can survive this. Then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Considering she didn't take very nice to the fact that I wanted to talk nice to her.
Like I said, this all technically happens simultaneously. There is a bit of a script that these things follow, and I did try to lean on that sort of a black and white thinking, and we tip in the scales, but unfortunately, from her perspective, you guys rush in, a bunch of confusing shit happens simultaneously, but someone tried to take me out with a hammer. So effectively, she goes, woof, and looks pissed off. And you barely got in a, Craig, don't. Hey, lady, are we gonna, ooh, shit. I know it took 10 minutes for us, but 6 seconds have gone by. Sorry, 12. We're in round 3, so we're working on 18 seconds. Like it's, what do you want to do?
Well, I guess since I've been wandering around with a long spear out, let's target her up and give her a poke.
Okay. The time for diplomacy may have passed.
Ooh, I got an 18 plus my 8 for 26.
All right. I don't think I had her targeted quick enough. That is a hit, sir.
Very good. 8 plus 3 for 11.
She resists 10 points and only takes 1. Some from her natural resistances that I hinted at with your recall knowledge, and some for the fact that even though you have a magical weapon, that damage is usually halved anyway, unless you have some serious ghost touch or force effects. This is why I'm a party killer, because my defenses are huge. I'm only half 1 foot on this prime material plane. Do you want to attack again?
I'm actually going to ask her again. Can we talk about this?
Let's skewer. Let's talk about this. I want to be friendly. Poke, poke, poke.
Oh, let's see what she says.
You guys are really giving mixed messages. Okay.
I know.
Tassie. Wow.
He should know better, really.
This party is straight up bipolar. One runs in, takes 1 hit, runs back out. One guy is like, "Hey, can't we talk about this?" As I try to kill you. It's almost like that scene in Saving Private Ryan when the German's like slowly putting the dagger in the dude, going, "Shh." And they say your people are savages. So good.
I mean, if he didn't stab her with the spear, I think we could have gone diplomacy, but I think at this point it's too late. So let's get to this.
I will say that she reacts to the pain only slightly, because technically I'm pissed off at your actions, not from getting hit. She got pissed off because someone tried to hit me, and I hit back really hard. Now the dwarf actually gets in a hit, but it's such negligible damage, right? And the dead don't feel pain. Yeah, exactly.
So I'll look down at Cognual and go, "Stop it!" and attempt to usher him out of the room, and say, "So sorry to disturb." And try to push.
Okay.
Cox,
reposition. Reposition.
Yeah, exactly. I think I might have an activity for that, maybe.
Yeah. This would go up against Cognual's actual stats. Move the immovable dwarf. Cognual, what's your fortitude? Or is it reflex?
Just have a look.
I think it's fortitude, isn't it? It's like
I have a
wrestling.
plus 9.
Yeah, so it'd be like a 19 to move this dude.
Unless I give in willingly.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if you can move for friendlies for free, if this guy comes at you bitching and like, he didn't just, I get him out. He literally is giving you the commentary first. So yeah, if you want to just let them
How about-
roll.
I'll try. I'm gonna just roll the dice to see what happens. With the, I found the activity.
He just wants to play with the sheet.
Critical success.
Oh, look at you go.
Oh, but the dice is somewhat chance. So is that because Cognul is actually back paddling with you at critical success, or are you just a beast when it comes to pushing people around like a bully?
You move the creature up to 10 feet. It must remain within your reach during this movement. You cannot move it into or through obstacles. Dubsy, are you an obstacle?
Yeah. Technically, you can move friendlies for 3.
Okay.
Technically, but you can't stop them in the Dubsy square. So
I'll do it
5
twice.
And yeah.
What kind of obstacle are you talking about? Like, as a rogue, I'm definitely an obstacle.
Oh, okay. It's semantics here. But yeah, I'll do it twice because I only get 10 feet.
Right. So it's 5 foot on a push and 10 on a crit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go again.
Oh, that's a fail. Oh, wait. I'm trying to push the incorporeal spirit, apparently.
Oh. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Hang on. So what if we
Drop that onto Cognul?
Well, it would. You need like a 19, so that would have been the crit anyway, and the 10 would have failed. So it's whether you're pushing the spirit or pushing Cognul, it's the same result.
Same result. Okay.
Okay. Now it says up to 10 feet, right?
Yep.
So what would probably happen is you get your 5,
Yeah, you're right.
and then you're failing, so you're kind of like stuck here. Best I can do.
Okay.
Right? All right. But
And
again,
as I'm doing it, head swiveled
yeah.
over the shoulder, looking back. So sorry. So sorry.
Everyone's getting to be a British gentleman. I think Craig picked up something in town, and now he's spreading it because now you're all talking like
Well,
such.
I know what this thing is. I remembered.
You went from this guttural snack to so sorry. My people will call your people. That's awesome. I love it. I completely love this. So good. Dubsy. Obviously, stepping in this room makes anyone batshit crazy. Like we saw that other room that did things in the mouth. And what do you want to do? You could charge in there and just save everybody. Ah. And he goes with his little sword.
I move to the north one
there we
step,
go. Okay.
and then can I ready an action to close the door once everybody's out?
Yes, you can. Yep. One to move, 2 to ready the action of closing the door, which is a single action. So yes, all legal. Sure.
Okay. Yep. Let's do
Awesome.
that.
Kenro. Oh, so many magical items. You come out of your spell trance and now everything's gone crazy. They're all beating a hasty retreat.
Yeah, I would be watching that and Cognul, let's get out of here. Come on, my friend.
Do you want to do the push?
Yeah, I'll help.
Fantastic.
I'll assist.
I'm just saying, the sooner we get out of this frickin' room, you know?
Yeah. Let's hope she doesn't follow us, because I don't think we're equipped to handle this.
It seems
On
that
level
watching
2,
Kraga run out.
Level 2, you guys ran into Karen the Shadow, almost wiped out the party. What could happen? Let's go down to level 3. Guess what? Yikes.
This is the manager.
Yep.
Yeah, seeing Kraga run out like that, I would be following suit with Tassie, and I would assist Tassie in pushing Cognul out. So if we're able to roll assist or
Have you
whatnot,
Where's that action button, Matt? Let's talk about. Reveal your magic button to us, Matt. First hit the mute button, then reveal the magic button to us, Matt.
Sorry. On your activities tab, if you scroll down to the athletics abilities, you will find it. It's called reposition.
And if you put a star on it, it'll jack it to the top of your list.
And I jacked it all day long,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Oh yeah.
it's under which?
Athletics.
Yeah, under the athletics section.
I don't think I'm trained in athletics, so it might not.
Ooh, this might be trained only. Let me just double. Yes.
Okay.
No, it is untrained.
Just give us a raw athletics, man. We know the numbers. It's
Yep.
all good.
Yep.
We're just trying to show off Fantasy Grounds fun buttons, to make up for the update glitches.
I am trained in athletics. Good. All right.
I was gonna say
That's an 8.
you gotta be fit to be in your kind of religion. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a slouch, man.
I do have a hero point to use today, so I just earned.
Oh, there
so
you go.
that.
You got 2 technically because I gave you a bonus one, didn't I?
So I'll use one for this.
Oh, Tassie, did you want a hero point that push?
That's a
Because this
10.
ain't going anywhere. Same round, you can retcon it. I'm just saying. Oh no, we're a new round. So sorry.
So, second roll was a 10.
Oh, it's all right. No.
Not enough.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and just agrees that we should leave.
Yep.
Cogno, you can't even feel the human pushing. He's just straining. He really should leave.
Probably a little bit in shock that I could even move him.
Yeah. You're slippery.
And I am strong. I am very strong. Strength of 18. Like, I'm strong.
I've never met a weak ass reptile.
How many actions would that be? That would be 2 actions or?
One. So far.
Just 1 action?
You try again though. You got to use athletics at a penalty because it's.
Yeah. Let's try one more time.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We're kind of getting off base here. We were rolling the dice for fun. Cogno did state it's cool. I just let him push me. So we got so bogged down in the rules of shouldy, wouldy, coulda. We kind of forgot that Cogno technically by Corey is backpedaling. So guess what? Kenro steps in, shove, right? Pretty much, And we're all dancing out the door, right? Da 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 da. Because it's all swept together, right?
And as soon as I'm through, Dubsy closes it.
Dubsy closes the door. Off. Okay.
So sorry. Goodbye.
The incorporeal spirit. We all tense to see if it comes through the door, and we will find out next time.
Cliffhanger.